All right, guys. I'm working on a 2018 Chevy Suburban 5.3 liter V8. Customer came to me, had a code for P0300 misfire, and another code P050D cold start rough idle. So I did some research online, and everyone said that the injector on this vehicle needs to be replaced. Instead of just replace whichever injector goes bad, they recommend just replace all 8 injectors, because the injector on this car, it will go bad. If you replace one that is bad, another one will go bad. So you might as well replace all 8. So long story short, I replaced all 8 injectors. Got the GM injectors from eBay, and when I install it, I have a code P124A, which is cylinder 3 injector high control circuit short to control circuit. Yeah, that's basically mean injector number 3 is not working. So I'm gonna show you what I found, and the firing order for this car is the cylinder number 1 is on the driver's side, 1, 3, 5, and 7, and 2, 4, 6, and 8 is on the passenger side. So I have the injector tester right here. This one it's very good injector tester. I think that's the part number EM276, and it connect into the injector right here. It doesn't matter which one you connect it to, just don't make sure it doesn't touch each other. Well, you won't touch it anyway because of the protector right here. Just connect it into the injector, and then this right here goes to your battery, positive and negative. Excuse me. And then you also have this mode that you set the 1, 2, and 3, and then you push this button and it will pulsate the injector. Excuse me, I got this cough. Well, I did that, and this injector actually pulsated, which means it's actually working. And I also ohm it out, and it's at 1.3 ohm, which is correct with all the other injectors. So I decided to look at the harness that came into the injectors, and look what I found. This is the number 3 injector harness. It's green and purple and solid green, and what I find is all this wire protector right here was all brittle, and it broke apart, and this wire, so it basically had an open wire, so it was touching each other, so it wasn't making the injector pulsate or open up and shoot the fuel into the cylinder. And luckily this harness come off from the main harness. You can disconnect it from the main harness, and if you want to buy a new harness, I believe you could, but I checked all the other injector harness also wire, and it looked pretty much intact. Just this green one for some reason just deteriorated. So what I'm gonna do is I cut all this this black wire protector that wrapped around the wire. I cut it off and see how far it goes, and it almost come down to where the connector is to the main harness, and it stops right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use electrical tape and wrap it around it instead of getting another harness. That will fix it, because it won't let this wire touch each other. What I recommend when you do replace the injectors, get one of this injector tester and test it out before you put it on. Even though the injector's not new, it doesn't mean that it will work. So once you use this and it pulsate, that means you're good to go. You don't want to put it on there and it doesn't work, and then you got to take everything back off like I did. So yeah, inspect all the wire when you put it back on. You won't be able to see because all this wire protector is wrapped around it, but it doesn't totally cover it. As you can see right here, it doesn't totally cover it at the end. So what you want to do is just see if it's soft, if the wire cover is soft or brittle. Luckily, I was able to see it when I looked at it, when I inspected it, and I was able to see some of the wire was brittle, and so I decided cut it off, cut the black wire cover off, and sure enough, it had a bunch of exposed wire, so it was touching each other. See this other one, let me see if I can show you. So it's facing like this, so this goes to the back of the vehicle, to the harness. So you got cylinder number 1 here, which is brown and brown white, and it's nice and hard, see, as you can see. And this is number 3, and of course it's got a strap that strapped the harness down, and it was exposed right here, but I was able to see that it was brittle, and I see a little bare wire, so I decided just take a razor and cut it off and see if the wire cover is brittle, and sure enough it was. So, and this is, so the 3 is the one that was not working, and then you got the 5, which is green and white, and hell, they got both green and white on this thing, but it's still nice and hard. It's not brittle, so I don't suspect it's broken or exposed. And here's number 7, yellow, and see if I can focus, yellow and purple and yellow and white, and it's still nice and hard. So this is the only one that was brittle, and look at that, all the way toward the end. So yeah, before you put it back on, get one of these testers. It's not expensive. I ordered online, and it's very helpful in testing your injector. You can hook up a spray bottle of parts cleaner to it, because it does have an adapter, see right there, but I don't need to. I just want to see if the injector was pulsating, which means if it go tick 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 tick, and it did. And you got different setting. You want it just 1 tick, or 2 tick, or 3 tick. Well, actually not tick, but you want a tick, a short tick, or medium tick, or long tick, which is maybe a medium tick, maybe a couple seconds, and the long tick maybe 4 or 5 seconds. And that's how you test the injector. And all you gotta do is just hook up to the battery, positive, negative, and then just push the button to pulsate. But in order for you to do the 2 and 3, just disconnect the negative and plug it back in, because it has to reset. You can't do one test and then try to do another test. Just disconnect it and then all you gotta do is just mode select, because it won't let you do a test one right after another. You got disconnected it and then switch to whatever mode you want. But it's really simple to use this one right here. That's what I found. So this is FYI. There's a video that show you how to take the intake off and everything, but I already got it off, and I want to let people know that what I found and the code that I found. I also have a scanner, which is over there, which is a macro scanner, and I used it and I took a reading of which injector was working, and number 3, it said not run. So I know for sure that number 3 wasn't working, so I took it back off, and then I did all the tests with injectors, and this is what I found. That's why it wasn't working. So I hope this will help, and good luck on your misfiring or replacing your injector.